Hi there, this is Oli Knight with Harrington Star, reporting a very special edition of FinTech Focus TV at Quant Strats London this year in 2025. I'm here with Yichuan Zhang from Boltzbit. We're going to be talking all about LLMs, how it integrates into quant finance, I think particularly with relevance to the buy side. Perhaps first of all, before we get into that though, you can just give us a bit of a background about the firm, how you guys are looking to disrupt LLM usage in quant finance and trading, any sort of relevant context that you think is useful.
Cool. Yeah, maybe first I can introduce a little bit about myself.
Of course.
I have been an AI researcher for more than 15 years. I did my PhD in deep generative models that is like way earlier than the current trend of Gen AI. And prior from Boltzbit, actually, I work at Google and also University of Cambridge on the research. So the idea of Boltzbit from the very beginning is to bring the customized LLM to the non-tech industries, to bring the technology to the data owners. Right? This is what we see, and in particular in the financial domain, we see there are a ton of data. So we help the clients build customized large language models to be able to train on their proprietary data to help them to automate a lot of tasks, every task on data crawling, data analytics, and automated decision making.
So I think hedge funds, perhaps we include prop trading groups and market makers, they typically rely on very structured kind of research systems and very reliable and you know. I wonder if that sometimes presents, I guess, opportunities, but also challenges in terms of integration, or particularly when you're dealing with such unstructured data and looking to transform it. How do you find that that's adopted, I suppose, by these end clients in quant trading?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So first, we see a lot of this kind of like very factual, complex reasoning, text reasoning related tasks that has been done manually.
Okay.
So traditionally, they are simple rule-based toolings, but they're very limited. So the field is very much about accuracy, but they're very scared of moving away from the logic, the human guardrail behind it. But definitely when the large language model come out, it disrupts such a way. So we see there's a huge potential to embrace this technology to remove a lot of human labor burdens on that, but how to guardrail that is the key questions that actually we work along with a lot of clients on that.
Okay, because one of my next questions was going to be, how will firms like yourself and technologies that you're creating, how will that impact the sorts of talent, do you think, that these end clients will actually end up employing? You know, obviously, historically, there's had to be a massive emphasis on hiring modeling professionals, right, or modeling architects, right? Perhaps now we move more into a world where hedge funds are hiring AI architects, or kind of, you know, more so perhaps than they would have done the traditional kind of quant candidate. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it definitely affects the team structure, the firm structure, but I don't think that is really dramatic as people think. Like what I said, the first thing is a lot of things that can be automated by AI, but that has to be human supervised. A lot of domain knowledge there. I think the human's role will still stay there, but it's more moving to supervising AI and to get more toolings to empower human to supervise AI. Better, faster, more efficient, rather than replace a human.
It's not this kind of dystopian Armageddon imagery that people sometimes conjure up of it being completely black box.
Absolutely not.
So you personally believe that level of human intervention, or that space for human intervention or human supervision is integral to all of this?
Myself as a CEO, as a manager of the company, I would want to have the liability of human beings to supervise every single part of the operation rather than giving something completely to a black box. I have no clue. That is very scary for the managers.
But I think that's what sometimes people think of when we talk about these kind of new technologies. And I think it's important just to set the record straight about what we're actually proposing here.
Yes, I think that is a little bit also the tech vendors, the AI community is a little bit overselling that promise to the market. I believe eventually we may move something very close to that, but it's not something very soon.
Understood.
Yeah, and it's something has to happen very collaborative with tech and the vertical together.
Interesting. Going back to my second question about the kind of relationship between those highly structured research pipelines and the work that you're doing, I'm interested. How have you found that kind of working relationship? It sounds like you describe it as a relationship with the clients as opposed to you're just selling a product and then they're running away with it.
Yeah.
How do you bridge that gap between the research world you're coming with and the very practical trading world these clients are existing in?
Yeah, so here are two parts. One part is we're constantly working on the large language models technology itself to reduce its cost, to improve its learning speed, so it can get feedback from human fast, cost efficient, so it can improve better. On the other hand, we work a lot on the product strategy. So we want to design very flexible product form. So like asset managers, they can easily build up their own workflow and toolings and put into their work.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not a chatbot can fit into anything.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. And I suppose past that, I know, kind of on your website that there seems to be a real emphasis on customization.
Yes.
Right? How different do the use cases end up being across your various client bases? Like you reference the buy side, you reference hedge funds, you reference the fintechs.
Yeah.
How wide and diverse can the use cases be with these clients?
Very, very wide. Yeah, so we work with buy side and trader and the sell side. They all care about the same kind of information, but at different scales.
Sure.
Like buy side is probably a huge batch operations and traders, a lot of transactions, and the sell side, a lot of signals extractions.
Sure.
So there we see a different tolerance of errors and a different level of scalability, different pipeline styles. So this is why we're working on very flexible interface and product infrastructure to support all the use cases.
Excellent. So I think there's maybe a general sense, and this is changing, I think, right? But probably historically has been a general sense of there's a lot of hype around AI and these transform model LLMs, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I wonder, kind of keeping things within the realm of practicality.
Yeah.
Where are we in terms of signal generation, for example, and how these tools can transform it? Are we in this completely new world now? Is there a level still of hype, that's detached from the reality? How do you see that?
Yeah, I would say when we talk about the hype, we are more talking about the hype on the company valuation side now in the AI world.
Okay.
But for the technology, I think it is not hyped. Actually, the AI actually can do a lot of things that is you don't believe it can do.
Really?
But the thing is to more customize it, to put into production level. The last mile, it needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
But the potential is there. And if some vertical players can really get the playbook right, they can really stand out.
And I'm interested in your experience with that kind of adoption culture, how that's changed over the last few years.
Yes.
I would hope and I would imagine it's an upward trajectory.
Yeah.
More and more people understand, more and more people are coming to you seeing the value of your products.
Yes.
How have you seen that play out though?
So we see a clear change on our client side, the maturity of the clients. We start with, we don't know the use cases.
Yeah.
We want to try everything.
Yeah.
And then that is 12 months ago.
Yeah.
And in 6 months ago, it is we have POC ideas we want to try out. Now we already tried ChatGPT and a lot of things. The prototype, the use case is very clear, but we want to make things really production ready. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
It's fascinating.
12 months is a very short time period.
It's a very short time. It's all thanks to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Everything people to prototype very, very fast.
Yeah. Absolutely. I guess on that note, finally, I'd be curious, how do you see that kind of trajectory continuing over the next few years? Where do you think we might be if you had to make a prediction almost in terms of 3 to 5 years? How will this evolve?
Well, I always feel like it's very challenging to predict anything 3 to 5 years. But I would say definitely AI will become more and more infrastructurized.
All right.
And what kind of use case people can easily get it hands-on becomes very easy. And what things that's more challenging become more clear. So it's like this mentality, how to adopt AI will be more mature. And then I think we'll stay there and everyone will start to know how to work with AI and constantly building up the infrastructure there.
And I guess just with regards to the conference itself, right? You're obviously doing a couple of different presentations.
Yes.
I think the informal fireside chat, I think later, right?
Yeah.
But I'm interested, like, is there something that you're particularly interested in learning about from your perspective? You know, like being on this, a lot of the people here, you know, are banks or hedge funds themselves.
Yeah.
What are you interested in understanding or learning about from their world, if anything?
Well, I will definitely interested to learn about their particular use case, what they want to do, and particularly their needs for the like the quality of the model, right?
Yeah.
So and how do they think about how to get there?
Yeah.
And their resources and allocation. Because for us, an AI vendor to sell to a specific vertical, to understand their needs, to understand their budget, to understand their understanding of this technology is very, very important.
It's exciting that it's, I guess, translating though from those kind of what was very theoretical kind of questions 18 months ago, 12 months ago, even as you were saying, to actually being grounded in, we're trying to solve this problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. I think that's all.